Hello my loves, welcome to today's reading. So as you might have seen already, today's reading is about what is next in your career. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Before I start introducing them, for those who are new to this channel or to this concept, the way it works is that you have a couple of piles to choose from, and then just take a minute, no need to rush. Try to not overthink it and just see which pile draws your attention the most. Once you've done choosing your pile, you can scroll down to the comment section or to the description box, and you will find the timestamps that correspond to each of the piles. Click on the pile that you chose and you'll be redirected directly to your reading. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce the piles. So we have pile number 1 with the opalite. It's more of a challenge to pick it than I thought. We have pile number 2 with the rose quartz. We have pile number 3 with the green aventurine. So as usual, take all the time that you need. No need to rush. You can pause the video if you like to. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1s. If you chose this pendulum here, the opalite one, then this is a reading about what's next in your career. So we're gonna have a look at the tarot cards as usually, at the general card which is on top right now here about your general theme or any suggestions that the spirit wants to tell you. And we're also going to have a look at all of the oracle cards that are going to kind of clarify the situation for you. So every message I'm going to pick up on, I'm going to let you know. So that's been said, without further ado, let's get right to it. So we're actually going to start not with tarot cards as usually, but we're going to start today with this oracle card here. In any case, I'm just going to lay out the tarot cards so we have them ready to unfold them. But your oracle card. Okay, so your oracle card says deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Now there's a couple of things I'm feeling from this pile number 1, and one of the things is that it can be a suggestion for you that you're overworking or overstressing over finances or career. It could be that the spirit just suggests you to take a little bit of a nice breather and just take a little bit of a pause, or at the very least take a little bit things a bit slow. Take care of your own health, because apparently, according to this card, you need a little bit of rest. For others of you, it could indicate that in your career section, it might be a little bit more relaxed these days, or at the very least, it feels like you might be even working from home, or just some things change in terms of you get this deep replenishment going. So for some of you, it can be literally a suggestion that for the most of you, probably is a suggestion to take things a little bit slower and take a breather and take your time to rest. For others of you, it could be that it literally tells you that your career unfoldings for the time that we're going to look at, actually it's honestly an unidentified time, so if I can predict the time, I will tell you, but it's just kind of like the short time in the near future. Anyways, yeah, so for others of you, it's indicating that you will have a little bit more rest in the case, or maybe you work from home at the very least. Just gonna put this here then to remind us. And yeah, let's go to your tarot cards. So the first card we have is the Page of Swords. Next one is the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, let me tell you that whoever chose this pile might be into some new ideas, new creativity, or you might be thinking of a new business idea. And in fact, I do see this business idea unfolding quite well, in fact, in a very short future, and possibly from the comforts of your home. This looks and has a very similar energy to my previous reading. Feel free to check it. It's also about your next 3 months. So here's what I can see in the sequence. So this is a sequence of where it starts to where it heads to. Roughly, I would say, I wouldn't say a time schedule for this one, because it's fairly, it depends on the person who watches this. But next things that happen in your career. So the Page of Swords indicates somebody who is just moving forward, decides to take a new chance in life, the decisions to kind of slowly move forward. Yes, look at the past mistakes, but move forward. And the Ace of Pentacles signifies a new opportunity. So I do feel like you're going to take on a new opportunity. Perhaps you tried a couple of projects that didn't work out and you have a new idea that you're really excited about. Perhaps you are restarting the same idea in a different direction, perhaps, but kind of with a little bit of wisdom from the past of what you've been doing so far. So it feels like you start something new. It can be as little as maybe you even start like a new promotion. Well, it can be a big thing for some of you, but or you start new business, new promotion, something of a new material aspect just drives into your life, or somebody suggests to do. So for others of you, it could be that maybe you start something with your friends or family. It feels like somebody might even suggest you a new opportunity and you're kind of ready for it. In fact, this new opportunity will bring you a lot of abundance. I do feel that you're going to be very comfortable with what you're going to be earning from this opportunity. So this card always makes me think of like really comfortable and kind of like very secure and content type of living. So it will make you feel like all your needs are satisfied and you have everything that you need. And this opportunity definitely is going to be life-changing. It's going to change well, in the very least, it's going to change your surroundings right now. So it feels like it's going to be a lucky chance. There is a lot of communication also involved. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of communication in this particular aspect here. I do feel that for some of you, it could be that you started a thing of your own while learning from past mistakes, or maybe you tried a lot of projects but it didn't work out, and now you're starting something new based and reflecting on some experiences you gained. And this something new with this Wheel of Fortune, it's a card of success and a card of lucky changes and chances happening in your life. I do feel also it's a card of a lot of things happening simultaneously at the same time around you. So I do feel like it could be that, yeah, a lot of things going to happen around you, maybe a lot of communication ongoing, but definitely this is just the beginning. So there's going to be a lot of unfoldings in this kind of environment, in this career. So there are going to be a lot of lucky chances, opportunities. Maybe you're a freelancer, you start a freelancer. Maybe you're a new entrepreneur. You have a new idea that you start with your friends or family, entrepreneurship idea. I do feel for some of you, it could be something that you can do off the comforts of your home. And there's kind of a little bit of independency here, but we're going to have a look a little bit later on the oracle cards. But definitely there's more going on. So this is just the beginning, and the Wheel of Fortune signifies a lot of lucky twists and changes. So a lot of good luck and a lot of good outcomes coming towards in this progression kind of. Okay, so we're gonna have, wow, I talked a lot about the tarot, but we still have so many oracles. Just hang on with me there. So your 3 oracle cards from the energy oracle cards. The Sun card, woohoo! Then all tied up. It kind of reminds me of the home comforts that I was talking about. And man holding a coin. Okay, so whatever that is, as I said before, it will bring you a lot of abundance. A lot of, like, in the very least, it will bring you a lot of, it will definitely bring you income. And it is, as I said before, I stand by my words, you will be doing this, perhaps at the comfort of your home. So the card of the Sun is a success card. It's a card that signifies success, excitement. It's a very positive card. It's one of the most positive cards to get in tarot and also in this oracle as well. And the man holding a coin, it signifies that you will be making money of this quite well. Enough, in fact, to, as I said before, be very content with your living. For a lot of you, it could be that you're going to be doing this from the comforts of your home. This all tied up makes me think that as well, because it feels like you're going to be tied up in one space, but it doesn't mean that your business may actually extend, or your idea or whatever you do here may extend beyond your home, obviously beyond even your country for some of you. But I do feel like, this is definitely, it's going to bring you a lot of like, you will feel very content and very secure in terms of your environment. Like you'll have your needs satisfied, and I do see an income flowing, and it will get actually even better, because with this Wheel of Fortune, it just signifies it to be continued of a sort, like this phrase in the end of the old episodes, like to be continued. So there's a lot more to come, and with this man holding a coin, there's a lot. So where that finances, all those opportunities came from, there's more to come there, because I feel like you will get either way more clients if you're freelancing or working directly with people and clients. You will get more lucky chances, perhaps. At the very least, your business or this new financial material opportunity that you're taking hold of will unfold in a lot of more branches. Let's call it like this. Like this tree that you plant will sprout roots, and a lot of branches and new flowers and leaves will sprout. My analogies are so bad sometimes. Anyways, hope you understand what I'm saying. Then we're gonna go to the 2 oracle cards from the Enchanted map, which I again had to look at how it's called because I just can't memorize it. So the Sad Embrace and the Commitment. Yes, with the Sad Embrace, I do feel like, as I said before, there might have been projects that didn't work out for you, or you even felt pressure at some point of your life financially. Maybe that's what pushes this motivation to move on forward. With this commitment and the all tied up, I do feel like you're going to be very devoted. In fact, I do feel like this is going to unfold and kind of become the things that you do. You know, I don't feel like it's going to be like a temporary job or a temporary thing. Whatever this involves, it will unfold into something bigger and something that you're like, it's very entangled in your life. So it's not like, it's some job that you just go ahead and, I don't know, distribute flyers or whatever, like some jobs that go in and go out, like really like, just for the sake of earning money. No, this is something that's going to stay there, and it's a career. I do see like it's a career. It is some sort of a life path. If you're a student, it could potentially be that what you're doing right now, what you're starting, or maybe during your studies, you're even thinking of starting something, and you will start. But yeah, I do feel like there were a lot of unsuccessful projects in the past, or maybe some ideas that just you didn't take action on. That is definitely going to change. And I do feel perhaps you're not going to be working on this alone. With this commitment, that you see the 2 hands, that you feel like you might have partnerships going on there that are going to help you out a lot. So let's add 3 more oracle cards. I will go back to reflect on this. I just don't want to make this reading too long for you, so you can enjoy getting the main messages, but not having to get to sit too long on it. So the 3 oracle cards from the Sacred Destiny will unfold a little bit about the situation. So transformation, that is perfect. It is aligning perfectly with this Page of Swords and the Sad Embrace that I talked about going from one to another. And it's, okay, can I just say that? I mean, this is how I'm seeing this, but the Sad Embrace has like this blue colors here, and the Sun has the yellow colors. I'm looking at this card here, and I'm seeing this transformation literally from this bluish kind of mode of Sad Embrace to this yellow Sun, success. So yes, I do feel like whatever you're thinking, planning, or will be planning, it will bring you a career. It's not just a job, it's a career. And it'll stick there. It'll be there to stay. And it will bring you abundance. It will bring you, at the very least, enough income so you feel comfortable. And there's much more that comes after. So I feel like it's going to branch out quite a bit, whatever you start here. So next card is Protection. So the protection with the commitment, and they're all tied up, it kind of makes me feel the security. The security, this, like as I said before, it's a career. It's not a passing job to just earn income. It's a career. And success. Okay. Oh my God, this is lining up so perfectly. Yeah, definitely success. It even lines up in the perfect sequence. I'm really happy when the readings turn out to be very clear, like the one today. So yeah, with the protection here, and remember I talked about the tree. Well, here's the tree for you. It will sprout roots. It will sprout more leaves. Like there's more to come, and there's definitely success in this career of yours. I don't even know what to say more, because I think I mentioned the main aspects here, that it is a career, it is successful, you will be successful at this, you will be content with your life because it will allow you to live comfortably, and possibly already in the early stages, but it will unfold to be something even bigger later on if you keep on doing this, and I think you will, because the commitment and the all tied up, it makes me feel, one, that you might be doing this on the comfort of your own time schedule, perhaps from home. So it does make me feel about home, kind of, for some of you. For others, or for the same of you, it also can indicate an extra message that this is to stay. So all tied up with the commitment here, this is to stay with the protection here. It's something very stable. It's a career. Whatever this is, a project of yours, it's actually a career, and it has potential, and it has potential for a really good success with this man holding a coin, success, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is about lucky success, lucky encounters, lucky twists, and kind of like to be continued, as I said before. A lot to come. Okay, yeah, I think that's all I can see for you, pile number 1. This is very exciting. I'm really happy about this reading. I do feel like things are really clear here. it might have come as a very monotone message, like, didn't give too many options. But yeah, I really like this reading. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you feel like it, of course, you can, if you feel like it, comment, like, subscribe. It helps the channel a lot and motivates me to make more content. If you like this one, I would love to make more content for you like this, even better. So yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, number twos. If you chose the beautiful pendulum here with the rose quartz, then this is a reading about what's going to be happening next in your career. Now, as usual, we're going to look at your tarot first. Well, actually, in fact, second, because we're going to look at your overall, maybe suggestion from the spirit and whatever it can tell us. Then we're going to just look into an indefinite, in terms of time, continuing progression of what is going to be next in your career. So it can be, it depends on the time. If I do feel like some specific time frame, I will mention it, of course. So that being said, yeah, we'll also have oracle cards clarifying this. But yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and hop into your reading. So I'm just going to lay the tarot cards for you, so we have them ready. And first, I'm going to go with your oracle card overall message, suggestion. It can be a lot of things depending on what I feel from it, basically. Okay, so inner temple. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. So it feels like in this card, it suggests you to explore what you really want in life. So it feels like perhaps you were not clear about your goals, perhaps you were not sure where you're heading. It feels like a sense of duality here too, like you're maybe even debating between a couple of things that interest you a lot. So this card, I feel like for a lot of you, for most of you actually, suggests that you just take a breather and try to tune into your own heart by just take a moment, don't rush it, and think about what exactly really lights you up, what you really want to devote yourself to. And remember, in any case, you can always change your profession. There's never a late moment, truly. But the suggestion of today's oracle is to kind of relax yourself, calm down. The spirit tells you to calm down a little bit and just try to figure your own heart, what makes you really, what calls out to you the most. So now we're going to go to your tarot cards and have a look how your career journey is going to unfold. So what is happening next in your career? So we start with the Knight of Pentacles. That's good enough. With the Four of Pentacles. Then we have the Six of Wands and the Hanged Man. Okay, so I do feel like the inner temple here, I'm just going to put it so you can see it as well. The inner temple, the devotion here is really resonating a lot. So what I'm seeing here is that it feels like there's a lot of things that pin your interest, but you cannot really make a devotion and act on one of them. It feels like there's going to be some sort of pause, and I do feel like this pause later on will have to do with just trying to figure out really what you really want. Because this is a card of optimism and excitement. The Six of Wands talks about being excited, optimistic about something. Like it's about optimism, triumph of a sort. But next to the Hanged Man, it makes me think that you just need time to figure out what really is the best for you in this case. And I do feel like you will be taking this time. So for the previous pile, this was more of a like external suggestion, just to not overwork. For you, I think it's directly connected to what the reading tells us here about. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, it could be that there is either way you want a new opportunity to happen in your life, a material opportunity, or somebody else is coming approaching you with some ideas. But the thing is, I feel like you're not very certain, because either way you're not very, either way you're limited in your material investments that you can actually spare, or it just feels like in this card, you're in possession of your own possessions. That's a very horrible way of putting possession of your possessions. Anyways, but yeah, you have a certain, let's call it, you have certain goods that you're in possess of, and you're just not sure where to invest them into. So it could be either your time, it could be your resources, it could be your money. It just feels like there are some ideas, there are some opportunities, but you're not sure which one is going to make you the most happy. So because with this optimism, triumph, kind of like, this is like a winning card of a sort. So it does feel like you're a little bit on the passive note, because you're not sure where to act towards to. I do feel though you will figure things out. It feels like you need a time For others of you, it could mean that if the business is progressing and ongoing, there will be time of a sort like of a too stable security, too stable of a progression. So not like a lot of excitement and new great opportunities flowing in, but more like a stable kind of progression. So with the Hangman, it could be either way that things are not moving and just stay in one kind of progressive line, or that you need to take a time and take a breather, whatever resonates with you. But for some of you, I think even the minority, it could be that just something that you're engaged in, you put it on pause deliberately, or because if you're involved in a business, you just you either way you don't act on it yet, or it could mean that your business, your work or whatever, it just goes into one straight line, not really much progression going there, which can also be a good thing considering the crisis situation that we're going through in a lot of countries right now. But yeah, Knight of Pentacles, yeah, definitely either way that there's an opportunity that comes towards your way, but you're not sure, like either way ideas, or somebody suggests you to invest in something, or there's new ideas that you want to try, but you're just not sure. There's a sense of passivity with the Four of Pentacles here and the Hanged Man in terms of like waiting on something, like not acting on it yet. Either way, because you have not yet figured out which is the best way of action. Or it could be that just things don't progress, or you just, there's an expectancy here, but it could be that, yeah, things are just put on pause, either deliberately that you're trying to figure out what's the best choice for you, or in terms of emotionally or physically, materially, where to invest, what to do the next move. So you take a time to a little bit figure things out before you actually act on this opportunity here. Whether that's a thought, maybe somebody actually comes towards with a suggestion of a business or an idea of something, or maybe that's a work opportunity, maybe that's like a new job or something along that concept. Or it could also be that it's either way somebody with a suggestion or a job. It could be also another like promotion of a sort, but it's just something that deliberately makes you second guess it, like take a minute to properly see things for how they are. Okay, that's been said, let's get to your oracle cards to see a little bit more clarity on what else can we see here. So the first one we have is action. So yeah, I do feel like somebody's calling you to make an action, or there's an action, like some sort of like movement trying to enforce its way to you, like a new idea, a new investment, perhaps. Somebody tries to, maybe a new job that you applied for, and there's this idea, there's this there's some sort of material opportunity coming towards you, yeah, but you're not yet sure about it. Okay, walking away. And hostilities. So I do feel like this is the same message, so I'm not really trying to repeat myself, but the walking away feels like you're just taking the time to walk away from it for a little bit. With the hostilities, yeah, you're not sure if you should invest that. Either way, that's your time that you are afraid to invest, or your material savings. There is something that comes towards you, a job, somebody proposes an idea, you maybe thought of an idea, maybe a promotion is on hold and you're not sure whether you should take it. I do feel like you will take your time to decide this, because there's a lot of factors here in play. Then two more cards, which is from the Enchanted map oracle cards, which I always have to look because I can't remember that. I don't know why. Okay, so Gentle Gardener and Moonlight. Lack of clarity. I do feel like there's a lack of clarity. Whether that's emotionally, you're trying to figure your way out, like which way you want your life to go towards. It could be for a lot of you time, not even in terms of resources, money, but it could be, actually, you know what? It could be both time and resources in terms of monetary values that you possess. You're just taking a minute and you're not sure where to head towards to, but I think that's a good thing. That's actually a good thing, because it means that you just want to kind of get a better picture and understand better which direction is the best for you. With a Gentle Gardener here, I think you want to take it a little bit slower, not like this deliberate, fast-moving pace action like in this action card here, but you just want to kind of understand properly where you're heading to. understand whether that opportunity, that job, whatever that is that comes towards you very materially is worth it. And you want the best option for yourself. With this, the Six of Wands is definitely you want to figure out the best triumphal in terms of like triumphs, in terms of like what's going to make you more of what's going to bring you more success. And that is why there's no actual action direct. There's a little bit of passivity here where you take your time to think things through, which is a good thing, because honestly, in some cases, the best thing you can do is just pause a little bit and have a look at the situation before you make a rushful decision. It's always better to reconsider if there's some doubts that you have. You take a minute and see the full glimpse of the situation, because I do feel like with the moonlight, there's an element of confusion. And if you look at this card here, you see the little sand clock, I guess, how you call it. So definitely, again, this resonates a lot with the hanged man. There is a sense of confusion, not enough clarity, not enough information, and you need time for this. You need time because you can't make that decision, whatever that is. You need a little bit of time, to collect clarity, to get all the information around you, to understand a little bit better the situation, because you want what's the best for you, and that's really admirable. That's how it should be. Okay, then we have the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards, 3 of them, and we're gonna have a look what else can we see about the situation here, because I kind of realized I kept repeating myself here, so maybe we see something else, something new. So flow, healing chaos, stand still. Honestly, we don't see anything new. Sorry, it's the same thing that was before. Stand still here, healing chaos, and flow. So something with a flow action, the Knight of Pentacles here, something is coming towards you, but you just want to take it gently. And there is this element of inner conflict, not sure what to move towards to, like not enough clarity, really deliberating where to put your resources in terms of time and material goods, perhaps, like where to invest your money. And the standstill, once again, with the moonlight, with the hostilities, with the hanged man, it just means that you will take a moment to reconsider a lot of things. And I do feel like you will have that time. You will have the time to, the luxury, honestly, time is a luxury sometimes in terms of career and business. So in this case, you will have that luxury. You'll have the time to properly figure out for yourself what you really want to do with your life and where you really want to move towards to. And I do feel like you will get the answers. You will understand. I think like things will just start kind of like slowly, one by one, popping around, and you will kind of collect these hints and clues on what's really the direction you should move towards to. Yeah. Okay, let's see, what else can I see here? Yeah, with the healing chaos. Like transformation, but it does require a little bit of self-reflection here. Yeah, I think it's really nice. Like all of the cards in the previous pile also connected really well. And I do feel like in this reading also the cards are having a really clear message. But whether that's something like emotionally you have to figure out, or it's literally physically that you're not sure if you're supposed to materially invest in that, you will figure things out eventually. Don't worry. This unclarity, this kind of like confusion or lack of clues that tell you the way, it's just something temporary. It always happens before a major transformation. It's always good to take a minute if you're not sure about something, to just make sure that you have all the clues and all the insights before you make a decision. So that's a good thing. Sometimes a pause can be a really good thing. Pile number 2. Okay, that's all I can see for you. I do feel like I repeated myself quite a bit. I'm sorry for that. I hope you still enjoyed it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it, of course. It always helps the channel, motivates me to make more content for you. And yeah, feel free to watch the previous videos that I posted. Maybe you find them even more complimentary helpful for this. There's a video about 3 months ahead that might be actually helpful, because sometimes the messages resonated in the previous pile also with the previous readings that I did. But yeah, that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you in my next readings. Bye! Hello, number 3s. If you chose the Green Aventurine Pendulum, pronunciations here, then this is your reading for what is to be expected in your career basically in an unidentified time scale because I didn't really specify it, but in the near future, saying from now. The way it's gonna go, we're as usually gonna look at your tarot cards, your oracle cards, but first we're gonna start with one general oracle card that's gonna kind of signify the main aspects of what's gonna be happening, or it might actually give you a suggestion of what you need to hear right now. One of the two, because it happened, both of them happened in the previous piles. Yeah, that's been said, let's hop into your reading. So we're gonna lay your tarot cards here so you have them organized already. I'm gonna flip them over once we have a look at the suggestions, overall kind of messages from the spirit, which come in this beautiful card. So, transformation, okay. Things are changing at the cellular level, deep healing, okay. So for some of you, I do feel like a lot of things are happening at the same time right now, like things are changing, and the changes may be quite dramatic, in fact. Maybe for others could be a loss of job, for others could be just changing environments in terms of that job. For others of you, it could be just some major changes in the job. Either way, you deliberately thinking of doing them or they happened in your life. I do feel like, yes, a lot of like potentially, like if I saw the tower here, would have been surprised actually. But I do feel like there's this element here of big changes happening. Kind of a similar aspect to pile number one, but pile number one was not that dramatic. I do feel like the energies here are a little bit of a transformative, or maybe for others of you actually, and I'm thinking because I'm getting a lot of different messages. It's only 3 piles, that's natural. But yeah, for others of you here, could be that you're craving the transformation. You're craving the transformation, you're craving to change things up. But I do feel for the majority of you, things are actually really are changing. I do feel like for the next couple of well, maybe 3 months even. Like now I'm actually getting the time scale in my head. Okay, but yeah, definitely some transformations are happening or will be happening in your financial / career situation. So I'm gonna put here so you can see it throughout the entire reading. And yeah, let's hop into your tarot cards. So the first card is the Two of Cups. That's an unusual card to get in a... Okay, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups in reverse, and Knight of Swords. Okay, I do feel like the transformations are happening, that's true. In fact, I was feeling the Tower, but the Tower can be also sometimes a negative card, depending on how you look at it. Your cards are actually quite positive, and in fact, I do see that the transformation can be also about in overall emotional satisfaction. So I do feel like a lot of changes are going to happen, and they're going to directly impact your emotional side here, actually. I do feel like emotionally, you'll feel like content. I do feel maybe like the people who chose this pile might be actually having a significant other, or in the very least, a very bonded partnership. So since we're doing a career reading, could be a friendship, but I do feel like somebody who you're emotionally very, very connected with. And there's a lot of emotional changes happening here. So I do feel like you will feel definitely more content with your life in total. Like things that you were dreaming and asking for kind of manifest. And no wonder I felt a little bit of similarity to pile number one, because pile number one also had some similar like positive changes. But I do feel like for your pile, it's more of an emotional transformation. Yeah, I do feel like you're more like the perception of how your like things that you were put your effort into kind of like transform your mental and emotional state into like a kind of more of a content approach. You feel more content with your life. You feel more, and you're really up to new challenges, I feel like. So there's going to be a lot of new things coming in because of some choices that perhaps you already made, actually. And now there's a change in terms of... So something might have happened already, or it happens in the very short future coming in. And you're feeling very emotionally fulfilled. So it's something that you really expected and wanted for a long while. Even though it's next career reading, it's kind of feels like it is very closely entangled into your personal affairs, because there's a lot of emotional aspects here. So it feels like maybe some of you are moving together or there's like a lot of romance happening. There's like emotional connections happening, I feel like, because there's a lot of emotion. So with this Two of Cups, I do feel like perhaps kind of like life changes happen around you. Maybe your environment changes around you. So the career also obviously is going to be kind of integrated into a different type of settlement. If you are, for instance, moving in with your partner, or for instance, you're kind of mainly focusing on relationships at this point of time. I do feel like there is an aspect of relationships here. It is a career reading, but all of those aspects are part of your life, and they tend to get interconnected and influenced one by another. So I do feel like you're somebody who, you might be potentially somebody who is very into, you're very romantic aspects here. You're somebody who might be actually very of a romantic nature person. And I do feel like relationships or some sort of like contentment in terms of like close relationships, partnerships, even friendships are a thing that is changing around you in your environment in the beginning of whichever time is closer when you watch this video. And then, as you are very content with your emotional state, a lot of new things are open up to you, and like a lot of new things happen. So I do feel like the practical and material changes are happening once you're settled down your emotional kind of, emotional connections. So I do feel there is some changes that already are happening the moment you watch this video or in the very soon future. And something that maybe you were waiting for quite a bit, or at the very least you feel very emotionally happy and content. And it's kind of like a wish coming true of a sort feeling here. But at the very least, it feels like a very like bonded partnership, a very like loving kind of atmosphere. So people who chose this pile might be actually in a relationship, or they might be of a romantic type, as I said before. And they might be actually kind of moving into this, they're leaving a lot into their emotions in the first part. But I do feel like once that area is kind of fulfilled, whatever that contentment is talking about, a lot of new opportunities are hopping into your life, and things are just changing a lot. So I feel like the change already happened here. So something in the emotional aspect happened really fast, or not fast, but like it happened soon. That's what I mean, soon to your time that you're watching this video. And then things just start to move in. So to be very precise, I do feel like this is an emotional part here. And then like there's a lot of aspects here to transform in your personal life / also your material world around you. So it's kind of interconnected. I do feel like it's very interconnected for you, pile number 3s. Your material and your emotional world are really interconnected. Let's have a look at your oracle cards so I can tell you more to see exactly how those fast pacing in changes happen to you, because you're emotionally ready for them by the time you receive this contentment and this emotional fulfillment and wish granting kind of emotional attitude. So we're going to process with your energy oracle cards here. We have 3 of them. And we have the, third chakra, door to value, and healer of the ages. Okay. It's actually a very optimistic pile, this one. And remember the transformation, talking about deep healing. So I do feel like a lot of aspects, I don't only feel like there's a career here, I feel like a lot of aspects are receiving some sort of healing and security. This is a confidence, like the solar plexus chakra, I shook a little bit the camera. The solar plexus the solar plexus chakra, it is the confidence, your stability, your security, and next to the door to value and the healer of ages, I do feel like a lot of things around your life change. So it's not just about career. What happens is that your career and your emotional affairs kind of interconnect to one another, and you will have those opportunities, as I said before, coming into your life. But at the same time, I do feel like they come into you when you're already like kind of fulfilled and confident of a sort and settled in terms of emotional level. So something is happening and you're feeling very emotionally happy about it, emotionally content about it. Something like feeling like a wish coming true. It's like a very rosy kind of energy, feeling very content, to put it in different words, like in the same, I guess, words. The healer of ages, it just makes me think about, with the number 6, a balance in all of your areas of your life, both romantic offers, friendships, partnerships, whatever this emotional contentment here it talks about, and in your material world. So your material world is important to you. With the number 4 here, if you add 3 and 1, is security, stability, and grounding. I do feel like the money is going to be just flowing in once your emotional state is like at peace. Like with this fast moving energy here, I do feel like money is going to come and opportunities are just going to come flowing in. But there's security part, the security when you settle down and kind of change your environments around, in terms of also, it feels like maybe moving in together or some sort of like new settlement happens in the beginning, which is emotionally connected to you. And then things slowly, well, actually not that slowly, quite fast, start adding up and enhancing your environment. So I do feel like some sort of surroundings around you change, in terms like some changes are happening which attract other changes, to put in different words. And it has to do with your romantic, not necessarily romantic, but like emotional aspects. At the very least, it could be a very bonded friendship that you're very content about, and it just makes you feel more strong, more confident. And that kind of fulfillment and that positive thinking and the positive attitude attracts all the goodness, and it just things are naturally starting to flow in terms of material goods. I'm really surprised we don't have that much of a career, because the previous piles had only like mainly Pentacles energy. There's a lot of cups here. Okay, let's have a look at your next two oracle cards, which is the Enchanted Map oracle cards. And we have the Deep Freeze and the Wish and Well. Well, yeah, I do feel like it's a very fulfilled kind of energy here. With the Wish and Well, like, you know, things just keep adding up naturally. Just all the blessings just keep coming through. I know it sounds very optimistic. Some people might want a little bit more realistic approach, but that's just how it feels here. You see, once you're emotionally content, it kind of feels like all the blessings have started to flow in because of your kind of like you feel complete and confident and more secure, and the finances, the material well-being around you obviously is going to just one by one, small like little details, but in a fast pace, start transforming and coming into your life. With this Deep Freeze here, I do feel like it mainly refers to stability, not actually Deep Freeze, because the energies here are very moving, I would say. Even with the King of Cups here in reverse, it just talks about the fact that he's open to new opportunities, to welcoming new experiences of a sort. So I would say this mainly refers to the third chakra here, to the solar plexus chakra, which is about, yeah, as I said before, confidence and kind of a sort of a settled down energy, kind of confidence and settled down. So it could be that you're managing your personal affairs, some sort of emotional fulfillment, some wishes that you did before get it granted, because we have the wishes here twice. With the Nine of Cups, technically is about wishes, and wishing well here. So something in the near future, from when the time that you watch this, something is changing into a positive direction, to which makes you feel very blissfully happy about, and also it gives you a sort of like a new settlement, new security of a sort, where this kind of stability with the Deep Freeze and the third chakra here comes from. And as I said before, the money and everything else will just come in naturally. I don't feel that many career vibes as much as I feel here emotional vibes. So it could be maybe whoever is watching this, that perhaps the money is coming from your family member. If you're in marriage, perhaps you do feel like the money is going to inflow probably in your family. If you have a family plan one, or at the very least, I do feel like the money just comes in. I don't see that much career, as I see actually monetary goods coming through. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look at your last three oracle cards, which is the Sacred Destiny oracle cards. And we have the Love. Yeah, I told you, it's emotions. I know it's a career reading, but the emotional part is big here. Miracles and taking risks. So the miracles, the wishing well, and kind of remember I told you the inflow of money and monetary values, like I just said it before, that it just comes in. I don't feel that much of a career vibes, as I feel like the abundance coming through. Now, I'm not quite sure how this can be. As I said before, it could be that just the money comes into your family, into your, not directly from your own career. But yeah, love, definitely like the first part is very love-based, emotions oriented. And kind of when you feel fulfilled, strong and confident in that segment, in that section, and when you're settled down with the Deep Freeze here, I do feel like those miracles, like wishing well, miracles, again, wishing card, like all the blessings just come in. So there's a lot of, how I could put this in a few words for this pile, is that there's a lot of transformations happening. They're inflowing into your life, kind of like in a natural pace. And they start with your emotional contentment and fulfillment of a sort, which comes from either by close partnerships or your, well, somewhere in the love area of your life, whether that's platonic or romantic. With taking risks here, I do, as I said before, with the King of Cups here in reverse, you'll be more eager, more welcoming to new changes happening, and they will come one by one really fast into your life. Even if you look at this card here, you will see in the wishing well that just those coins just keep on one by one, little by little, adding up. This is how it feels like for this pile. This is how it feels like, all of those little new things, new progressions, and new transformations adding up one by one, little by little, in a quite fast pace, but just you're really up for it, let's say, like this, taking risk with this King of Cups in reverse. You'll be up for the challenge. Yeah. Well, I know this didn't go very career likely, but everyone has their own life. So if you chose this pile, some messages might have resonated with your situation, with your perhaps romantic, platonic love situation. Yes, that's all I can see for you, pile number 3. That's all I can see for you, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It was a bit confusing, I won't lie here. It was a bit confusing because there's a lot of emotional aspects involved in here. But I still hope you were able to resonate. If not, don't worry, there are going to be plenty of more videos to come which you can resonate with, or try to choose another pile. Maybe the other pile that called your attention before has messages that can resonate with you. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know in the comment section below what you think. Also feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it. It always helps the channel. And that's it for the day. I hope you enjoy your day and see you in my next videos. Bye!